Hey guys, welcome to One Shot Reviews yet again for another exciting episode. My name's Chris Long, and over on my left side, probably his right side, who's that?
El Boogie, you already know what it is. I feel like we don't even have to say our full names anymore, bro. It's
I'm gonna
just
call
they know who we
you.
are.
and,
You're like, what up, guys?
and
You
yet
know,
this is some kid's first week watching it, being like the audacity of this man. I don't know who the hell
yeah.
this dude
Oh
is.
my God, I don't have their last name, so I can't look their
I
personal life
can't
up on
look
Facebook.
his
Oh
information
my
up and call a raid on his house.
God.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, as always, guys, you can follow us on Twitter at Reviews Shot or on Instagram at _ One Shot Reviews. And we are on YouTube and Spotify at One Shot Reviews. So make sure you go over there, like, subscribe, comment. Tell Lawrence what your favorite uh, Naruto Shippuden jutsu is. He'll appreciate that. Tell him.
Yo, speaking of that, Chris,
What's up?
idea that I'm actually
Ooh.
gonna throw
We're gonna throw it
on.
up on the show. We're gonna copyright it. Y'all can't steal it from us. We steal
Well,
it.
so something that we could possibly add. You know how like how we have anime versus, I mean, hentai anime. We
Yeah.
could come up with another something that we could
Ooh.
possibly add. What were me and Bethany talking about the other day? We were talking about um, it's very cliche. So I was like, we might want to spice it up because we're not gonna do like, oh, who's the strongest? Like, yo, everybody's been doing
Oh.
that since like middle school. But we should do stuff like, who has do you think has the best this, or
The best
who,
whatever.
like, yeah, we could come up with something, but we should do something because that's interactive. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right,
Like,
guys.
people
Now for a new segment, Lawrence likes to call "Who's better at this mundane activity?" Lawrence, who's the best anime cook? Go.
fucking You know who's the best anime cook?
Who?
The fucking cats in Monster Hunter who cook you meals before you go
You know
on the
what?
fucking
Not an
quest.
anime, but I will accept it.
Galactic.
I'll
Yo,
accept it. Not an anime, but I will accept it.
you know what's crazy? You know what we should do? We can either do multiple choice,
Or
or we can be like, who do you guys just tell us who you think is the best?
for me,
Or we
I
can give
think it's Soma from Food Wars. That's just
See,
me.
that's just too. I feel like that was too. Okay,
No,
that wasn't
there's
too
a
obvious,
ton
but
of food animes out there we haven't
not.
explored
That's
yet.
true.
I
That's
just I
true.
just picked the one that I've only seen. Uh, another good one would be Chi Chi. You see her making those big ass meals in Dragon Ball. Holy shit!
I swear to
Fucking
you, she was a nominee in my head. I swear
dude,
she.
she. I don't understand how that family's not broke because the amount of food they have to buy every day just to feed Goku's dumbass is
Right.
profound. But that's our new segment, everyone.
So yeah,
Completely,
we might develop that for you guys
we'll do it. We'll
if
do
you
it.
guys want that like that. 'Cause, everyone likes
Uh,
to talk about
not
Monster
not
Hunter.
next week though, because next week we're
Yeah.
doing the special Thanksgiving hentai versus anime. But in 2 weeks,
How,
people, we're gonna have
how's
that
that
new
coming?
segment. Oh, it's coming
How's
good.
that?
I've been food hentai
You
is
found
weird.
some?
Food
Oh,
hentai
okay.
is weird, my friend. It is weird as shit. So
My
I've been getting ready for this Thanksgiving episode for us. Oh man, is it weird as shit. Oh god, yeah. No, we'll start that new segment in a couple weeks. I can write a. We can start writing up lists of like some stuff, some
God.
stuff. But what have you been up to other than playing Destiny 48 hours a day?
Bro, Beyond Light came out, so that's
Yeah,
about it.
that's what I'm saying.
That
How is
that's
it?
all everybody's playing right now. Everybody is playing
Is it
Beyond
good?
Light.
Is it
Yeah,
good? Yeah.
yeah. And it's on in PvP. The new abilities, the stasis abilities, are annoying and they're getting on people's nerves. But I
Uh
do
huh.
feel like people are having fun
Okay.
freezing people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but everybody's playing Beyond Light. And it's this the newest big expansion.
Right.
Whenever Destiny has an expansion, everybody takes off work, but it's COVID, so no one has work anyway. We already home,
Hell yeah.
but a lot of people are working. But yeah, so they dropped their new biggest expansion, Beyond Light, which the Destiny community has been waiting for months.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that finally came out, and I literally haven't done anything. But it's
I
okay.
like it.
For Destiny, it's okay. Like I don't
All
get
right, all right.
everybody. I've taken the day off of work. When the Taken King came out, I took the day off of work. I think there was another one I took the day off of work after that too. Might have been Forsaken, possibility.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, that's to be honest. Oh, and I've been watching. So not an anime,
Uh-huh.
but I have been watching Top Boy.
Top Boy. Never heard.
I'm
I don't
not
think
sure
I've
if you
heard
know
of
what
it.
it is. Do you know what Snowfall is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the UK version of Snowfall. It actually came
Oh.
out
They've
before
come out
Snow,
before.
and
Oh, okay.
there are 2 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't say there are 2 seasons.
Right.
The first Top Boy Summer House was the very first Top Boy that ever came out.
Okay.
Then Top Boy came out after Top Boy Summer House.
Right, right.
Executive produced by Drake. Drake had a
Really?
hand in doing it. Yeah, he produced
Hmm.
it. Top Boy got a higher IMDb rating, and I go by IMDb ratings now. I
Right.
don't care. I think they're the most.
Okay,
It
okay.
got a higher IMDb rating than Snowfall.
Huh.
So put
I'll have
some
to check it
respect on
out.
Top Boy's name. It's a very good show.
Word.
Very very good show. Um, so yeah, that's what and I watched Top Boy Summer House when that came out like 2 years ago
Oh shit.
or mad long, and then that was all they had. So when they
Right.
finally put out the second one, I had just forgot about it, and now I'm finally getting back to watching the new one produced by Drake, and
Right.
I'm really enjoying it. So that's what I've been
Huh.
watching.
Okay, word. Nice. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I've been watching last week's episode of Gangster. I've been keeping up with that.
Oh, how is
Um,
that? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched this. I
Yo,
haven't
it's
got.
real good. It's real good. I'm only on like episode six,
Okay,
but
okay.
it's good.
On a scale, what are you giving it? 6 episodes in.
6 episodes in on a scale of what? Out of 10?
Yeah. And we're talking like validity here. Like
Yeah.
10 is like the biggest. Like 10 is like the ill shit that everyone universally is like, that's a 9, that's a 10.
I 7. I'd say 7, which is still
Okay.
really good. If 10 is
No, that's
like
good. No, I think yeah.
if 10 is the absolute best and 5 is like mid-range anime, like 5 is like the middle average anime, I would put it in between those, like, so it's not
Okay.
absolute top tier, but it's better than most of the shit we end up watching. Like, it is
Okay.
really good, but
Okay.
I don't think it'll make anyone's like top 10 lists anytime soon, but I'd put it in like a top 25. I think it's really good.
Okay.
The only reason I said it is because we know that after episode 12 it just stopped and doesn't keep going. So that's what brings my score to a 7, because I know
Mm.
that the story just stops in the middle of the storyline. So it's kind of like, well, what the fuck? If it was a complete storyline, like a full 24 episode season that was like
We're
completely
rated it
wrapped
high.
up, it'd probably be like an 8 or a 9. But because there's no ending to it, you're just kind of like, who knows? Maybe it gets shit, or maybe it gets even better. Who knows? But up until now, it's phenomenal. I like it. I'd say
Okay.
like a 7 or 8.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah. But I've also been watching season 2 of The Mandalorian. They release
How's
those
that?
like week by week. It's all right.
Okay. Yeah.
I
I can
wasn't the biggest Star Wars fan growing up. Just whatever. I,
Yeah, neither was I, but I just
yeah,
watch it because
it's
everyone
cool.
Star Wars,
Everyone,
Star Wars. It's
yeah,
cool. Like
it's
Star Wars is
cool.
cool. You know what I'm
Because
saying? Like,
I like space shit, you know. So like I
yeah,
watch it, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's cool, but like it's not my favorite space thing out there.
Right,
I
right,
think there's
right,
better
right.
stuff. You know, I'm gonna get crucified now because I fucking said that, but whatever.
Man,
I don't know. Star Wars is cool and all, and like yeah, it's
Star Wars
huge pop
Legion.
culture and all that shit. Like, and I can get the hype behind it, but the last 3 movies were a huge fucking letdown. Uh,
Hey, yeah, like him.
no,
You didn't like him?
didn't fucking like them at all. I think they diverged from the OG three, not 1 through 3, the 6 through, I think 6, 7, and 8, phenomenal. 1, 2, and 3, eh. and then
But
these
aren't
last ones.
they did it unchronological.
Yeah, so
So
the
now
way.
they're doing it
Well, no,
what led up to what the old ones.
so the movies in chronological order go one, two. They go 1 through 9, but the way they were filmed, it's 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. What is it? The rest. Yeah.
The old ones came out first. So now they're
Yeah.
filling us in, right? On the
Well, so
backstory.
the Mandalorian takes place between episode, what is it, 6 and 7. So after episode 6, when Darth Vader dies, spoiler, Darth Vader dies, and the second Death Star blows up and shit. Now that's where the Mando takes place. I forget how many years after that. I think it's only a couple years after it, but and it's like, as far as I can tell, it's a storyline that has nothing to do with films 7, 8, and 9, unless they wait until the end of the series to tie that all in. But
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's cool, and like I said, I like space shit, so I'm gonna keep watching it. But yeah, it's all right. And I think Interstellar is a better space movie, but whatever. Might be. That
Oh,
movie's so
yo, as a matter of
good.
fact,
So
I'm
good.
going to have to
So good.
watch Interstellar because
Yo,
you know what I do?
only watch it if you have like an amazing sound system. If you're just gonna watch it through the speakers in your TV, don't get like a TV with an actual sound system. You'll thank me later. That movie is fucking phenomenal.
So check this out. So one thing, a hobby that I do now, be honest with you, I go on IMDb and I just go to top movies and I just sort it. And I just go down the
what's
list
Interstellar?
and I rock.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna guess
Interstellar.
8.9. No.
You are very.
No, yeah, I'll stay with 8.9. What is it?
No, because you heard me say.
I was gonna say 9.1. I
I
was gonna change it to 9.1, but I'm gonna keep it 8.9.
That is stupid high. So let me tell you. Okay,
I
all
know,
right, cool.
because
I'll
I
answer your
remember
question.
IMDb, like, it's dumb hard to get 9s on IMDb.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
originally
yeah.
that's why I was like, never mind, 8.9. I think
Like,
8.9.
So, but also, should we do our ratings like that? Like IMDb does the rating system of like nothing gets perfect scores. The best movies, only the highest movie ever got a 9.4.
Right.
And I like that. Like they're being realistic. Like no movie, like you got to do everything perfect for us to give you a perfect score on this bitch. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
and
the highest
which is
movie,
impossible
Shawshank
because
Redemption,
it's different for everyone. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. Shawshank Redemption got a 9.4. That's the greatest movie of all time on here. That's the highest score. The Godfather is number 2 with a 9.2. You know, and The Godfather 3 is number 3. I mean, Godfather 2 is number 3 with a 9.1.
Damn.
Interstellar got an 8.6. And I was like, oh, what is this movie?
It's so good. I saw it when it came out in theaters, and it blew my fucking
mind. Bro,
it's
just 3 hours, bro.
Dog, worth every second.
I might watch it tonight, to be honest.
Dude, I'm telling you. Text me when you're done and tell me what you think, because it's fucking. No, you would know if you would remember.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I've seen this. I just can't remember. If I watched the trailer, then maybe.
Hold on. It's got Matthew McConaughey in it.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now because it's funny that you brought it up.
Good.
Because I literally scrolled by it the other day and I was talking to Bethany about like, oh, it's Interstellar. Then you just said like, oh, Interstellar. I'm like, oh, that's the movie that I saw from Chris is saying this. So I might watch this.
No,
I feel like I have this, but I'll watch it again.
I feel like you'd remember it if you watched it. It's really good. It's really good.
But yeah, so back to our regular scheduled program. You know how we do.
Speaking of space shit, let's get into a mixed martial arts show called Kengan Ashura. Take it away, Lawrence.
Kengan Ashura. All right, so Kengan Ashura is a Japanese manga series written by Yabako Sandrovich.
Nailed it.
I wonder what he is because that doesn't sound.
I'll look it
Japanese.
up while you keep doing stuff.
And illustrated by Daramian. I'm gonna say Daramian. The show, that's probably wrong. This probably is Daramian. Oh my god, I am murdering this. The show ran from July 31st, 2019 to October 31st, 2019. The show has 24 episodes. Since the Edo period of Japan, gladiator arenas have existed in various forms around the world. In these arenas, wealthy business owners and merchants hire gladiators to fight in unarmed combat where the winner takes all, called Kengan matches. Side note, speaking of gladiator, guess what movie I watched last week?
What? Gladiator.
One of the man, I tell you, I go to AMDb, hit top movies, hit sort, and I just go down the list. Sometimes I might even go to different categories and be like, what's the best movies in this category? Gladiator got like a 8.62. Gladiator was a great. I've seen that movie. That movie's amazing. It's really good. It's really good. I think it won 4 Oscars too. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it won 4 Oscars. So the genres are martial arts. The opening theme is King and Ashley by My First Story, while the ending theme is Born This Way by Bad Hop. How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift is another manga series by the same author and set in the same universe. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift is like a slice of life anime. It's about a girl who just doesn't like the way her body looks, so she starts going to the gym. And then she meets someone there that she thinks is really cute and finds attractive, so she starts working out to like gain their attention and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just supposed to be like a funny, cute rom-com kind of thing, I think, slice of life. But apparently, the show we watched and that thing are both in the same universe. I found out, which is crazy. You don't know that because none of the characters you've met in the show them. So there's like we'll get into it later, but that people's parents. Like, there are people in the show, and then their parents are, like, teachers or, like, gym athletes in How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift. Okay. And, like, you would only know that if you watch the show, because there's, like, small spoiler, there's a clan in Kengan Ashura whose eyes are, instead of the white, they're black, and there's a teacher in How Heavy Are the Dumbbells Lift where they have the black eyes. So you're like, oh, shit, and then they have the same last name, so you're like, oh, my God. But,
That's pretty cool.
And so to talk about Yabako Sandrovich, I found this one thing on Reddit that talks about his name and where it's from. This is not me saying it's 100% real. This is just one person on Reddit that said this. But apparently, this is the only thing I could find. Let me let you know now that absolutely no one has written anything about this man online except for the 2 things he's created. There's no personal information I can find on him in English, and I'm not about to translate Japanese on the fly. That's not happening. But this one person on Reddit said that Yabako Sandrovich is a pen name in reference to Gordon Ramsay's idiot sandwich line, because that would be a baka sandwich, Yabako Sandrovich, idiot sandwich.
Do you believe this?
That's what I saw.
I'm just curious. Do you think?
I hope it's real.
Oh, because
I don't know if it is, because that's fucking. I love Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay is a hero in my eyes.
Yeah, now Gordon Ramsay.
I have no idea if that's true or not. Go storm Reddit and yell at that man if it's not true. But all right, so what do you think of the opening scene of the show, Lawrence? What do you think with our salary man friend walking into the alleyway and finding a street fight happening? What do you think? Lawrence is like, I got notes. Let me tell you about these notes.
Okay, so I mean, what did I think about him?
What do you think of the 3D animation? Because it's not like the hand drawn illustration on most anime. It's like 3D computer animation is what it looks like.
I did not like it.
You didn't like it? Okay. Respect. It's not for everyone.
It's not like it's. I didn't care for it to be like it could go. I could care less. Like, I'm not gonna go out my way. You feel me?
Right.
That's kind of how I felt about it. The computer animation can be done really well. Perfect example: Love and Death of Robots on Netflix. Their computer animation, that show where it's like Black Mirror. Every episode's different.
But that one. So okay, it's what Love, Death, Love, Death, and
Yeah,
Robots. That one.
yeah, Love, Death, and
Oh,
Robots.
that's a good one.
So,
That's a good one.
but this happened. This particular one, I didn't really care for.
Okay.
But like you said, it's not for everybody. It's probably it possibly could be an acquired taste. Like
Right.
you would have to watch enough of it to get by it.
I didn't
It just
like it
seemed
in Berserk when Berserk's new seasons were 3D animated. I didn't like that at all. In Kengan Ashura, I liked it. What was the other? I just finished watching Cagester of the Insect Cage. They also use it, and it's kind of like I feel like it would have looked better if they hand drew it, but I don't know. I think it's hit or miss on the shows that use it, or just an acquired taste or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so at the beginning of the show, our little salaryman friend, he's walking home from work one day, sees two men in an alleyway just start fucking duking it out. One dude is referenced to look like the Terminator, and when he takes his shirt off, he looks like Arnold in his prime, except he's also got like a giant tiger tattooed on him. Dude's like a fucking shit brick house. Man's huge. And then you have another ripped dude, but in comparison looks like a little dude, but he's also jacked out of his mind. But when they're standing next to each other, it's there's you have your jack guy and then you have a tank, and they're fighting in an alleyway. And the businessman it just happens to catch his eye as he's walking by, watches this fight break out. The smaller of the two dudes ends up winning, beating the ever living shit out of this dude, and find out that fighter's name was Oma Tokita, and he is I don't know, I think he's a Nico style. I don't even know if that's a real fighting style. Let me look that up. But he practices the Nico martial arts.
Nico martial arts.
And it looks like it's just in this anime. I wanted to make sure because I was like, I've never heard of it, and I've watched like every martial art thing ever. So, let's see. What the hell is this? Is this a real style? So I guess it's like borrowing from an actual real style of martial arts, and he just named it the Nico style.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that fight, the old man he runs away, goes home, or he goes to a brothel, I should say. Then he goes home, goes to work the next day, and gets called into the president of his company's office, and probably most of the rest of the show is the show explaining to you the whole backstory of why those two men were fighting and why the show is going to is now going to be a martial arts thing. And essentially, like Lawrence said in the summary, companies in this series, instead of going through the tedious process of giant legal deals and battles and all that fun jazz, they do boring work. Legal battles and defenses is super fun. Everyone loves going to court, filling out paper. That's the fun stuff. This show goes, let's show you the boring backside of what really should be happening. And we're just going to have two men beat the living shit out of each other until there's a winner. And the winner, their company gets to decide the terms of a deal. So that's what this show is about. It's just whenever one company wants to make a deal with another company, they both set their own terms, and then they both pick a representative fighter to beat the crap out of each other. And then the winner gets to decide the terms. So pretty much the president, finds out that the old man had seen Oma Tokita fighting, and Tokita happens to be that company's fighter. So now that this man learns that, he gets brought into the company team to look after Tokita.
Hold on one second.
Lawrence is like, oh my god.
So are you telling me that's the reason why they called
him into
the office? Because me and Bethany were like, why did they choose him? Like, what's the reason? Because they never tell you in the first episode. They don't tell you.
Right. You find out in the next episode.
Okay, I was gonna say you must find. I said that. I was like, you find out later, because clearly it wasn't. We thought, it could have been random, but then in the episode, he goes like, he makes a comment that lets you know he chose him specifically.
Right.
And it's like, why him?
So he chose him specifically for two reasons. One, because not a lot of people in the real world, only the highest of the higher ups in a company know that trade deals are actually being held through martial art fights and not through actual paperwork deals. So normal salary people don't know that this thing's going on. So that's one reason why he got called in, because he saw the fight. Because what happened was that old bigger guy that was fighting the smaller dude
their guy.
Was
and
their
he
guy.
Got beat up by Nico.
No, by Tokita is his name.
I'm sorry, by Tokita. Then they went and recruited him.
Yeah, so they recruited Tokita because they were like, all right, I guess we have a new fighter. And then they recruited the old guy because Tokita specifically requested that the old guy be part of their team.
See, okay, that's the information that I needed, because I'm like, I'm like, how do they know that he was there unless either dude?
So literally, if you hit play on episode 2, within the first 2 minutes, it tells you that.
Okay.
Yeah, because the old guy's like, by the way, why am I here? And Tokita's like, oh, because I asked for you. And he's like, okay, cool.
I figured that. I was like, he probably threw his name out, and that's why I do. But okay.
Yeah, because Tokita was casually like, oh, I forget what the salary man's name is. But he's like, oh, is he going to be here? And then the president was like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Who is this man that you're speaking of? He works for me? I need to go find this man.
Well, yeah, he probably was just mad.
So
dude. Yeah.
So then what happens is the salary man, I think it's Yamashita, I'm pretty sure is his name. He has to go find Oma Tokita at Tokita's house and pick him up to bring to the company to set up his next fight. And when he gets there, Oma has just killed like a massive boar and is covered in blood, and he's about to make dinner. And he lives in like an old rundown mansion in the woods. And the episode ends with like 2 fighters showing up to challenge Oma, and that's where episode 1 ends. Which is crazy because you should watch episode 2, because episode 2 is like essentially one giant fight, and it's nasty.
Episode 2 was one giant fight?
Literally, episode 2 starts off with those 2 fighters fighting Oma, like right off rip. It's nasty. But yeah, so pretty much the whole show is that the company hires Tokita to fight for them. And what happens is you find out that every company uses shell companies to acquire even more fighters, so that they can use shell companies to also fight for them and get. So you'll have your main company, then you have your shell company with its own fighter that'll fight someone else for you and secure other land for you that you can use your shell company to do. So companies will have 7 or 8 fighters through various shell corporations, and that's what this company is going to do with the old guy and Tokita, is that they set up a shell company with the old guy as being the president, and then they're going to have Tokita be his fighter. And
understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And which, this isn't really a spoiler. It's like a giant mixed martial arts tournament that they hold every couple years, where every big name company gets to go, and it's like every big name company in Japan is all part of a secret organization, and they have a head, and every couple years they all get together and they all fight, and whoever wins get to decide who the new head is. And you don't have to pick yourself. You pick whoever you want to be the head. So that's why you have shell companies, because you can have your shell companies also enter into the fight. So theoretically, you could get to like the top 8 match, where there's like the last 8 people fighting, and they could all technically be part of your company, because it could be your company and 7 shell companies. And then you could just be like, cool, I've won the tournament, we're going to name our own head. So that's why a lot of companies have shell companies in this, just to have a shit ton of fighters, and everyone just beats the shit out of each other. And yeah, it is a pretty fucking good fighting anime. For people that love mixed martial arts, this is one of the best animes I've seen so far. That's just strictly like, it's not like Yu Yu Hakusho, where there's martial arts, but there's also fucking the shotgun blast and spirit gun. It's just straight fighting. Only everyone just straight martial arts. That's it. No demons, no weapons, no crazy shit. It's just people brawling in an arena. It's cool because the tournament is 8 days long, and it's just every single day is round after round. And every episode, once you hit that, is just a round of fighting, or sometimes 2 rounds of fighting. And it's just once you get to the tournament, the rest of the show is just everyone just beating the shit out of each other. It's fucking awesome. So yeah. So
that's key, guys. That's very key. If you like martial arts and mixed martial arts and fighting and just fighting, if you fuck with the UFC and the Octagon and
or if you grew up on like old kung fu movies too. If you
yeah,
like that kind of stuff.
Those Bellinator, just hand-to-hand combat, strictly fighting. This is right down.
It's got grappling too. Like there's a grappler in the thing, so it's not just straight punches too. You got like people that are doing like arm bars and choke holds. You got like it's really good. You got people at different sizes, different. Not everyone's a giant tank. Like the one dude who's a grappler, he's like a little guy. Like he's beefed up, but he's little compared to everyone else. Then you have there's like assassins in this, and it's really good. And episode 1 is literally just here's a fight that's like 2 seconds long, just to show you like, by the way, this is a fighting anime. Then episode 1 just explains why people are fighting, and then starting episode 2 is just fights from then on out. It's just all mixed martial arts until the end of episode 24. So if you can get through the boring explanation of episode 1, it gets really good. So yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think? What'd you think of it's literally a setup episode. So what'd you think of a setup episode?
Okay, what I think of it, I thought the story was very lackluster.
Okay.
I thought the first episode, I was kind of watching it like this could have been way better.
Right.
I felt like I was watching Tekken.
Okay, I could see it. Yeah, that first fight.
I definitely felt like I was watching Tekken, and I feel like there could be elements of Tekken in here, like just people from different countries who do different fighting styles just come through.
That's literally the rest. When the tournament is, everyone has their own fighting style that they're nasty at, and it's just because when they do the bracket of who's gonna fight who, it's a lottery system where essentially the people's fighters reach into a hat and pull out a number. And then once everyone picks a number, whoever's won gets to pick where on the bracket they want to start the tournament. So then it's everyone being like, okay, cool. Like, I'm number 1. I'm just going to pick this. Like, you don't want to be very first, or you want to go first. Because round 1 is 2 days long. So you want to be the first fight, so you get 2 days of rest. And then it's like, I want to be number 1, but I really hope person who's better fighting style than mine is, like, going to end up fighting me. Because literally every episode, everyone has a different fighting style.
Got you.
Which is crazy.
Okay.
Really good.
And yeah. So the artwork was different. The right away, there was fighting right away. So I mean, in the sense of like action wise, I definitely know like this show probably is crazy with it, because as soon as the episode starts, they're already fighting here.
Right.
Like me and Chris already pointed out, a lot of mixed martial arts, just fighting in general. If you fuck with fighting, you're gonna like this. What I think about it, like I said, I thought the setup was very lackluster. I thought it was weak.
Okay.
But I definitely think this is a niche. Niche. Bro, how do you say the word niche? Okay. I feel like this is a niche anime.
Yeah.
Like a select percentage of people are going to like fuck with this.
Like, because if you're one of those people, if you're one of those people that grew up like, yo, Jackie Chan movies were my favorite as a kid, then this is the show for you. But if you're like, oh yeah, the only kind of anime I watch is like fucking isekais or like just mainstream anime kind of stuff, you're gonna be like, meh, kind of deal.
But see, check this out though. That being said, the story. Okay, I'm not talking about the story. I'm talking about content and like what's inside the show's content.
Right.
This reminds me of God of High School.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not talking about story. I'm just talking about
Episode
what it's
1.
about, like like what it's about in its entirety, type shit. And the content.
It's like, you know how episode 1 of God of High School was like, here are the 3 people, they're all being introduced, and then episode 1 ends with like the fight, and then starting episode 2 is just like fights from then on out, and you're like, this shit's crazy. this is that show, but episode 1 started with the fight at the beginning, then did all the explanation, and then it's going to go fights for the rest of the show.
So so I feel like
if you loved God of High School, you'll like this.
I feel like God of High School is the more, if there's an anime scale, and this is as most anime as you can be, and this is as most computer generation type you can be.
Right.
God of High School, if we're in the middle, is like almost to the end.
Right.
But Kengan Ashura is way over here. Right. Like on the scale of computer generation type anime versus the anime that you're normally used to.
Right.
They both have the same content, but they're both on different ends of the spectrum, but they both have the same content. So if you like the content of fighting in martial arts, period, you will fuck with both of them type shit. Right. But if you're more like, I like the anime style, the anime drawing, the anime, you lean more towards God of High School. But if you're open to, like, I can fuck with the computer generated too, because the computer generated, I feel like a lot of people like are like me and you, Chris. They're like, y'all gotta get this better. Y'all gotta get it right.
Gotta get it better,
they're working on it.
Yeah. And I'll still watch it because I'll be like, maybe they got it right.
Yeah, I watch Berserk. Like you. I still, you know,
I finished Berserk and I went, well, the animation sucked. If they hand draw it, that show would have been a lot better. Like, that was my thoughts at the end of the thing. I watched Kengan Ashura and I was like, that was a good show. And if they get this shit down, that's gonna be a fucking nasty show. Like, yeah, you know. It's kind of one of those things. Yeah, I think if you fucked with God of High School, you'll love this. Just give the animation a try and give it 2 episodes. If at the end of 2 episodes you don't like it, then I would say stop, because it's literally the same. It's just all fights. So if you finish episode 2 with those fights and you're like there's a storyline and everything, but every show, like, the show is fight driven. Like, everyone's reasons is because of fighting. The reason why they do the things they're doing is all fight driven. So if you can't get behind that after the end of episode 2, then the show's not for you. It's not like Yu Yu Hakusho where it's like, yeah, dope, we got a mixed martial arts tournament, but Yusuke's also trying to save the world from the demons taking over it. You know, it's like, no, Oma Tokita just wants to fight this one dude in the tournament for a specific reason. He's not going to save if he doesn't beat him, the world doesn't end. It's cool, you lost and you didn't do your goal. That's pretty much what everyone's fighting for, you know. Everyone that is at the tournament is considered to be the best at their style, and that's why they were chosen by the companies to fight, because they're like, oh, you're the best in the world at what you do, please come fight for me. So everyone here is the best at what they do, and most of them are just kind of there to be like, I want to be the best fighter no matter what the style. Like, I want to be the fighter that no one wants to fight no matter what style they have. That's what I'm here to prove, is that I'm the best fighter, period. But then there's a couple people that are there, it's like, I don't really care about that. I'm here because I need to fight so-and-so because in our past some shit went down, you know? So it's that kind of storyline. So the world won't end.
One last thing I want to say, because is that animation. Okay, so for a lot of people though, and I understand this, animation is anime. Like that's animation.
I know a lot of people that haven't watched the show because they don't like how it looks. You know.
Yeah, strictly. Yeah. I'm not like that. Like, even if the computer, I can get by that. Like, I can watch if the story. So you have to hold those things separate. No. I'm sorry. You don't have to. I do. Because, like you just said, some people just will be like, I'm not gonna watch this again because I just don't like it how it's styled.
Right.
But the story could be crack. Yeah. But you wouldn't know because you're all set on it.
I'm telling you, take Bethany tonight and watch episode 2. And if you guys went,
but I just don't know if the story.
That's what I'm saying. Watch 2, and if at the end of 2 you're like, okay, now we'll watch it, because you'll pick up a lot of story stuff in episode 2 also.
Do you think it has? Is the story lit, bro?
Did you like God of High School? Like, did you watch all of it and did you like it?
I haven't finished.
In my opinion, I think this is better than God of High School. In my opinion, just
Okay.
me.
Wait, why do you think this is better? I'm just curious because I don't know. I haven't seen. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
think they suffer. I think God of High School suffers from the Sword Art Online thing where they rush everything. Where they're like,
Yeah.
here's the arc. Like Sword Art Online, they were like, all right, there's this tower. It's 100 floors. Everyone's dying. You got to get to the top floor so you can win and get out. It's 6 episodes long. And you're like, what the fuck? Like when I first watched that, I was like, this show's going to be nasty. It's going to be like 100 episodes long. It's going to be sick. Episode 6, they're out. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean he only got to like a level 50? Who gives a shit? And then they all got free. What the fuck? And like that's kind of like what God of High School did, where I'm like, oh fuck yeah, mixed martial arts. They got to go through all the prelims. Oh, they're done after 2 episodes. All right, I guess that's cool. I guess we'll go to the real tournament now. Oh, okay. Why? What the hell? There's gods. The fuck?
I agree.
Kengan Ashura slows it all down. They're like, here's the prelim fights. There's 3 of them. Episode 2 or episode I think episode 3, it's like here's the first one. Episode 4, here's the second one. Episode 5, here's the third one. All right, cool, he passed it. Now we all get to go to the tournament. Literally every episode is a whole fight in round 1. So like episode I think 8, they're like here's fight number 1, round 1. Episode 9, here's fight number 2. Like they don't rush any of the fights. Every fight gets the spotlight it deserves. So there's no rushing, and you're not sitting there being like, okay, so it's episode 6, and now there are gods flying through the sky, and people can shoot laser beams. What the fuck just happened? I thought this was, Kengan Ashura stays grounded, it knows why it's here, and it gives you what you want, and it does not rush any fight. But it also doesn't do the Dragon Ball thing, where people just stand around and talk, and for 6 episodes before they fight, they don't do that either. It's like you got 1 episode and 1 fight. That's it. Then we'll go to the next one, and it's perfect.
Okay. So, all right. Cool.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll like it.
Check this out. This has nothing to do with Kengan Ashura, but this has to do with the God of High School because you just brought it up to me. I have not finished watching. I'm not caught up. That's the phrase. I'm not caught up in God of High School.
12 episodes, I think, was season 1.
Oh, season 1 is finished now.
Oh yeah, it's been done for a couple months, like 2 months. It was only like 12 episodes, something like. Let me double check. It was short. It wasn't a long. God of High School. Yeah, it was a short one. 13. So my bad. It had 13 episodes.
So I haven't caught up. Mm-hmm. And do you remember what I told you last week, Chris? How I was like,
I don't even remember what I fucking did this morning. Dog.
Facts. Yo, motherfucker, I go to the doc. I go anywhere. They be like, "So how was your weekend? What'd you do?" I be forgetting half the shit,
and I don't even. What fucking day is it?
I fucking do shit, but so
be like, I don't know what day is it.
Right. So remember last week I told you now. Me watching an anime anime show is like someone trying to get a job in a very prestigious area. Right. You're only gonna get it if you have references.
Right.
Like I don't watch anime stuff anymore unless it's highly referenced or you tell me like, yo, bro, like this is in a couple of years this will be in the Hall of Fame type shit.
Right.
So the God of High School was like that. Fire Force was like that. They were highly acclaimed.
So good.
They were highly acclaimed. And I watched them and they did not grab me like this, bro. Fire Force did for a while, for a period of time. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of let go.
Right.
And that is because they're not like 9s and up to me.
Right.
I guess I'm starting to like, if you're not a 9, because I feel like it doesn't like, like I don't feel like, oh, I have to watch everyone today.
All right. Hold on. Uh-oh.
But
oh damn, everyone. My I don't know what just happened, people, but my screen died for a second. That was pretty funny.
Uh,
Technical
yeah,
difficulties, everyone.
you back though.
I'm back. I'm back. That was a glitch in the matrix. It's all good. Ignore that. Ignore my background and everything going on over there.
But yeah, like so that's kind of how I felt about the God of High School. Like in the beginning, me like all me and all my friends were watching it, and then like as time went on, like you just said, I was like, God of High School got kind of confusing, and their explanation took a long time, and I feel like they kind of fumbled
What
this.
episode you finish on?
The last episode I watched, I think was like 9,
Okay,
8,
dog. And
like
to
8, 9,
episode
and 10.
13, I'm going to tell you this. I have no fucking idea what's going on.
You see what I'm saying? This is what I mean.
They answered every question that they asked, and I went, "What the fuck were the questions? What the fuck is happening? What do you mean? What did the fuck just happened to my eyeballs? I don't know what just went on, but it was cool as shit. I don't know what it means.
See,
I'm pumped for season 2. What the fuck is happening though?" That was me at the end of God High School. Like, I was just sitting there, like, every episode got crazier. I'm not gonna lie. From where you are now to the end, you're gonna start every episode and go, "This is gonna be." You're gonna go.
Well, every episode was that way. Everyone they fighting in everyone. So you would think nobody would ever complain about a show where all they do is fight. You'd be like, "Oh no, it's lit."
Dog.
But now, like I found out, like sometimes
it gets confusing.
You need a push from the story. Like the story is like the foundation. You can't build anything without a foundation.
Exactly.
You can put as many ill stuff on top as you want.
It was visually wild and dope. The fights were sick. I'm like, this is awesome. Why? What the fuck's going on? Why are we doing what? What's happening?
It's lit.
I'm like, why?
But why is this happening?
Exactly. I'm like, why are we? I thought we were trying to get to Seoul to fight in a tournament. What? Why is there stuff flying in the sky? What?
So that's what. So yeah, man. Like
Kengan Ashura does not do that. It's just like, here's our story, and now they're all gonna beat the shit out of each other. The end, and that's
so. Yeah,
there's no crazy shit. No superpowers. When someone screams a move, a blue dragon doesn't show up, and something. It's just like, and then he punches you in the face, and you're like, "Ow, that hurt." And like, that's it. Like,
right.
No one's being like super mega fireball death, and then a dragon of flame shows up, and the crowd's like, "Oh, what's he going to?" No, he says that, and then he gets punched in the face, and the other guy's like, "Ah, my face," and like that's that. Like no one's doing.
It's real. It's more realistic.
There is some stuff.
Well, clearly, like you're gonna be like,
really?
Yeah,
but it's not like
it's anime. It's anime. Exactly. What you mean? That's the whole point. Yeah.
Give it the 2 episode try. If you can get through episode 2 and you're like, all right, I'll fuck with this, then it only gets better. But after at the end of episode 2, you're just not into it. I wouldn't. It knows what it is and it gives you what it is, and it's not gonna change.
It stays in its lane.
Yep.
And I can respect that. I actually appreciate that.
Yeah.
It knows its lane, stays in its lane.
It's like, here's our storyline, and people are gonna beat the shit out of each other. That's it. And you're like,
and it's like, if you like this type of content, you'll love me. You'll love this show.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's doing. And I can respect that. That's why I was like, if you're the type of person who likes martial arts and likes this style of in real life, you're gonna fuck with this.
You'll love that shit. If you love mixed martial arts, you'll 100% love this show. It's 100% for you. If you don't love mixed martial arts, give it a shot. Maybe you'll like it. I thought the storyline was actually really good. Once you learn it a couple episodes in, I thought all the backup characters that aren't the main people are actually fucking awesome. They give you everyone's backstory. Everyone has a reason for fighting. Like I said, everyone's really cool. The side characters are all really cool. Everyone had a lot of depth. It's a really good show. I really enjoy it. I recommend it to people. What about you, Lawrence? I know you're on the fence. I feel like
it's not. It's so. I'm just saying, if you this has to be your cup of tea. We're basically letting you know you're gonna like this if you like these things.
If you grew
this
up
what
on
I
Jackie Chan like me, this is your shit.
Yeah, if you like these things, you'll like this. Otherwise, those things are going to might make you feel a little detached because it's
Right.
different.
Yep.
So that's all I'm saying. This could be someone else's cup of tea. You
Right.
know, I love fighting. I watch UFC and all like
If you
fighting,
yeah, me too.
boxing.
Because
I do.
I watched all
I
that shit
do.
too. Yeah.
I like fighting a lot. I love watching
Then Lawrence,
fighting.
you gotta
But
give this show a second chance. Then I'm telling
you
you,
know,
you gotta watch it. Give it another episode. Give it one more.
yeah,
Give it
yeah.
one
I mean,
more.
I can do that. That's fine. That's fine. So
I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll.
that's
Enjoy
how
it.
I feel. That's how I felt about it. That's all.
Word.
Are we doing next week's episode?
What are we watching, Lawrence? You tell me.
All right. So I'm excited for this one because once again, my friends have told me about this for years, and I've just never got around to it.
Me.
And
I'm the friend.
And normally, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's actually Brandon first.
Yeah, no, Brandon told both of us.
Oh, okay. But I've heard this and I've seen a lot of the its pictures and stuff like on Twitter, like the anime Twitters and all that. So I know like people know it and stuff like that. And so I'm excited to watch this because normally I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna go through this before I say the fucking name. I have a history of friends telling me, yo, bro, watch this, it's good. And I go, okay, I got you.
Lawrence, let me stop you right there.
2 years later.
It's been 6 years. This show came out in 2014. Lawrence, this is the show that made me start watching anime again. If this show didn't exist, this podcast wouldn't exist because I never would have started watching anime again. This was the show. Because first I watched Attack on Titan, went, anime sucks. This is too weird. What the fuck is this show? Hate it. Not watching it. Then Brandon was like, you have to watch this show. I went, fine. I'm bored at work. I got nothing to do. I'll watch this show. Watched the first episode, and I went, anime is the greatest fucking thing on the planet. I can't believe I hated it. Holy shit, this is amazing. Gotta watch every piece of anime out there. This is that show. So.
And the show we're talking about, guys, is Akame ga Killed. So I'm excited to finally start this. So I'll give you guys the history of my friends telling me to watch stuff, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. 2 years later, I get around to it, and I'm like, I'm so sorry I disrespected you, bro. Like,
you're gonna call Brandon next week and say those exact words. That's what you're gonna
say. Gumard, we already had Gumard on here. Yep. He was season 1. Told me to watch Hunter x Hunter dumb long ago. Jesus, Brandon told me to watch this mad long ago. My friend D told me we had D on here. He told me to watch Vinland Saga and Erased mad long ago. He told me to watch those. Vinland Saga is in like my top 5.
Right.
So I'm gonna be honest with you because I just think the relationships between the characters, the writing is
whew, that's what I'm gonna get you for Christmas, Lawrence, is the volume 1 manga of Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga.
Also, the mangas are dope because they only come in hardcover, which is fucking sick. They're not softcover mangas. They only come in hardcover.
For Vinland Saga?
Yep. Every volume is only hardcover. Every single one.
Ooh, they fancy.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get you one for Christmas. That's my gift to you is volume 1. And me, because I also want volume 1. So I'm buying 2 copies.
I appreciate that.
They are top quality manga books, let me tell you.
So that being said, the history of my friends telling me to watch stuff that ends up being they're telling me to watch good staples. So I'm holding this to the same regard because Brandon told me to watch this and you've mentioned it.
Did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah.
You know how you can't have a favorite character because everyone dies all the time. They keep introducing more people, and then the whole world loves it. That's a Akame got killed. They did it first. Well, not first because he was writing books in like the 80s, but visually they did it first, I guess, on the screen. Dude, this show you just watch it and I'm just like I'm afraid to pick a favorite. They might die. When I was watching it, Oh man, I have a terrible tendency of being like, that person's my favorite, and then they die the next episode, and I go,
How many
fuck.
episodes? Is it a
24.
24?
Oh yeah,
It's a 24?
you could.
Okay.
It's one season. The whole story's wrapped up. The enemies fantastic. They do your favorite shit because I know you love Bleach and weapons that do crazy shit. Akame ga Kill does that. All the weapons do crazy shit. Everyone has a different weapon. They all do crazy stuff.
See, now it's lit. Okay. This is
It's
what I like to hear.
different power levels of people. There's groups. You got different groups that all have crazy names. It's insane.
It sounds
really
see,
good.
so yeah, so I'm excited. So that's what we're reviewing next week, guys. Definitely tune in. It's gonna be an exciting week.
For sure.
Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the support. Go check us out on
guys.
all those platforms that we mentioned before.
For sure.
So yeah. Thanks for coming, guys.
We'll see you next week. Woo! And
See you
stop.
next week.